Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hello, welcome to TFYLP. Let me get all the cameras here. I'm like a couple cameras short. There we go. That's better. Ah. Okay. So, hopefully I can figure it out here. Yeah, welcome to, there we go. Welcome to TFYLP, episode 422. We are here, we are doing a pre-record for tomorrow night because I'm going to be going out of town next week. So I'll be out all week. So unfortunately, I don't think that there's going to be a microcasters this week, right, Anna? You guys aren't going without me? I can't hear you.
Boned.
Man, I tell you what.
Straight up muted.
I said I haven't figured out a way to do it yet. I had to mute myself because I was sending secret messages.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
So we interrupted the book club tonight so that we could do this pre-record. So we do have a handful of people that were in the book club that are watching on YouTube tonight. So
we just finished Dark Cybertron issue 12 tonight.
Yay!
So I finally get to put my pieces together. The end was good.
Sure.
You survived? You survived?
I liked it ending. Now we get to read Windblade.
Oh, there you go. That's probably better, I guess. I don't know.
I read it before and I liked it. It's good art.
Yeah, Dark Cybertron is a bit of a slog, but it's just a long, winding way to get to a good place.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, a lot of really important stuff gets established, so it was worth it.
They really messed up not making that Necro Titan, though. I mean, it was served up on a platter, and they didn't make that toy. It's like, what planet are you living on, Hasbro?
Well, it's a good thing, Paul, that now we're getting plenty of odd-done Transformers. Because we didn't get that one, but now we're just getting so many in the new Netflix line. What a great segue you provided me.
There you go. So tonight's semi-topic, I don't know. Anna and I were debating in the chat before the show because I was trying to really not have an actual topic, and which is kind of the normal thing. But I guess Anna wanted to have a whole topic and points and sub-points and
I want a topic.
You proposed a topic. You said, let's talk about the direction that Hasbro is going with new releases and when we might hear some official new releases and how we feel about the things that have been recently leaked. And I said, okay, that's great. We could start with a conversation about the Sparkless.
Sparkles.
For the record, I provided no such segue.
You did, thank you. You're so sweet. So, the Sparkless, we're getting multiple. So Netflix, right? The Netflix series that releases at Walmart. We know what's coming in the next set of Voyagers and Deluxes. In fact, some people are already finding them in stores. And we know that there's not one, but 3 different releases that are kind of nameless nobodies. Right? 2 of them are Sparkless, which in the cartoon series are essentially zombies. They're definitely unexplained, but they seem like they're zombies. And the last one is a drone. It's literally the drone that the Quintessence have.
D's nuts drone.
The thing I think is weird about all of these is like Hasbro's not officially announced any of this, right?
Right.
Like there's nothing, whatever. This is all going off leaks. Whereas like
it's tomorrow. They're gonna do
tomorrow.
it. They're gonna do it at noon tomorrow.
Ah.
Yeah, they can hear about all these.
Because we only have
the countdown.
Yeah, and we only have for some reason the official listings for the Voyagers were up, but the deluxes are still MIA. That's why you have official product photos of the Voyager sets, but not the deluxes. But it just so happens that the deluxes were found at stores. So it's just hilarious. The only thing missing is the spoiler pack, if they're gonna do that again, which it seems like they are, because we're missing one particular leaked toy. Would someone else like to point out what that is?
It's purple, right?
It's purple bones, yeah.
Yeah, purple bones. I'm excited for that because the skeletons are also potentially undead. Look at all the undead we're getting. This is just such a great time for Transformers and necromancy. It's a union you would have never expected.
Didn't expect it, no.
Friends forever. I think it's really interesting because we talked about troop building a while back, right? And everybody kind of had, I can't remember what number show it was, but everybody kind of had their own approach to it. We have that cut the tape recording that's Rick opening 6,000 sweeps or something like that. Something like that. Preposterous number of the same toy over and over.
It was like 50.
It was like 50.
It might as well be 6,000 if it's 50.
Yeah.
My God.
That's egregious, right? And it was always like kind of strange, in G.I. Joe you could buy the Cobra grunts and they were all just like generic guys. So that was built for troop building. Transformers hasn't really been like that, except now here you're just giving them on a silver platter.
That's about the only instance I can think of is Beast Machines.
Yeah,
if you want to count that.
What about Sharkticons?
Kinda.
Hit and miss. Energon had the Omnicons.
Right. There's definitely been examples of troop building and Transformers.
Yeah. There are some. But this is like blatant, right? This is just like in your face, 3 in the same wave, all Walmart exclusives.
Yep.
Because we have the supposedly sparkless. What's the the prowl called?
Sparkless Bot is the car, the barricade looking.
Is it called Sparkless Bot?
Yes, just Sparkless, or I'm calling it Sparkles. Sparkles Bot.
Excellent name, Sparkless Bot.
Now, do you guys?
That's literally the name. I don't recall the Ironhide one.
D's Nuts Drone Trooper.
Sure. I ship it.
Faction Quintesson.
Yes, it's a Quintesson Drone Guard, I think. No, Elite Drone Guard, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's
like
D's Nuts. Deezius or Deezus or Wheezy.
Disease.
I don't.
Disease.
It starts with it's the name of the Quintesson from the stupid ass show that we had.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bees and disease.
So
that's weird.
So was
Must
Walmart,
I link you?
Was Walmart finally like, dude, like we're sick of like you making us put these pre-orders up like 6 months in advance because then we end up canceling everybody's cards. So like, let's go ahead and wait until like they're actually ready to ship to actually like announce all this stuff and put up pre-orders.
Something like that.
It could be.
I feel like that's been the biggest complaint that everyone has had is that like you do this pre-order 6 months in advance and then like they have issues with like the card and with like shipping and logistics and like a lot of the times you don't even get the figure. Like you have to, it actually comes in stock like online and you can order it before some of your like pre-orders ship out.
Yeah, it's been rough. But I think this is a fun change to me. It's really weird to do half a wave like this. Like half a wave with the unnamed characters. Because then because the other ones are the deep cover. That's just another, it's an obscure character that's being printed twice.
I was looking at that one and I could swear the original deep cover weren't the color swap? Wasn't it black with like a blue head?
Yeah, and,
Okay.
Yes,
and
that's
he's
the
Thank
the
you. That
way.
wasn't
black
completely
swan.
crazy.
Yeah, this
But
looks.
this is, I mean, okay. I was not surprised when it was a blue sideswipe because in the show there was like every color of the rainbow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
and these toys leaked like so long ago. Like, and it was called Barricade, Deep Cover, Quintesson, and Cheetor. These leaked back like almost a year ago. So they've had the whole line like like at least planned out for Walmart forever. And so then the deep cover came out in Generation Selects, and I was like, "Come again? Like, did they pull a fast one and like like the Galactic Odyssey Ratchet from Generation Selects? Did they like swap something out?" But no, they decided to release deep cover in 2 special lines at the exact same time, which is so bizarre. But I'm not surprised that this one is blue because the black one never showed up in the show, and
Yeah.
they're being very. So you could, I mean, I'm just saying, like, this was a surprise, but you could have kind of, if you were thinking real hard, you could have maybe thought about this one. Although the Quintesson was kind of a surprise. I assumed I knew it was gonna be a deluxe, but I assumed it was going to be the Alicon. But then the Alicon never showed up in the show. So I think we had this discussion a few times. Like,
No, I remember when we were talking about it when it was like new. We were all talking about how it's going to be the Alicon, and you, Paul, you were like, it's going to be a white or gray Ironhide. It's just going to be those weird droids they had.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that showed up in the show.
Yeah, it totally is.
That's the law of the Netflix Walmart series. It's because once Scrapface showed up, I was like, wow, this is for real. Like, they are sticking to their guns. So this is a clear indication that was a good bet.
What I'm still halfway expecting out of all this, like you were saying, because it's in the show. And also factoring in that the Quintesson was kind of short back. I'm expecting a Walmart Netflix redeco of the Quintesson, the Voyager, with only one face.
There's only one face.
One face.
It could just tell you in the instructions to tear off the other ones. It could be like, to make this a realistic depiction.
It comes with like a saw.
They'll be floating around loose inside the box.
I mean, that would have made more sense than Sparkle's Seeker. Like that's.
But it's cool.
In my...
No. You're wrong, Paul. It's super cool because you can build a zombie army. I've been wanting to build a zombie army ever since Fossilizers started. Because it was like they're basically undead dinosaur people, so that's super cool. And now I have more things, more corpses I can use to build an undead army.
So you're going to build an undead army out of a $40 gift set that will likely be $80.
I'm probably just going to get one of everything.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to build this.
Well, to be an army,
start it.
There'll be enough of them.
You're going to start that army.
There's going to be 3 of these, and then 3 fossilizers, and then fossilizer repaints, and all that good stuff.
It might be like an army of 10, but...
That's an army to me.
Never a bad time to start an army.
Right. But I'm really curious about how these are going to go, because I could see, kind of 2 possibilities. I could see enough fans wanting to army build them that, these are hard to get. And then I could also see part of the core demographic of people who buy these figures saying, this isn't anybody. Why would I buy it? Why am I going to buy a character that literally says, this is a corpse and not a real character? So I could see some, not backlash so much, but I could see some not buy it lash.
Well, I could see people buying that because it has Singe and what's his nuts in there.
That one, yeah.
Which is, but I mean, it's not like it's actually them. It's the dead version.
Yes, it's oh my goodness. Undead Target Masters. So cool.
What's his name?
better than Sparkle's bot.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Undead Target Masters.
Well, I expect it's going to be like a flurry of stuff tomorrow on Walmart. And I bet a lot of it's going to sell out because there's going to be like, I think there's going to be like 12 different items if you count all the Beast Wars stuff. Yeah. And there's probably going to be Red Series stuff. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be Knockout and Primal. And the fact that they're selling Primal as a Netflix pack now, which is kind of cool, means like it's perfect time to announce the Primal Red Series toy as well. But whatever. Maybe they'll stagger it out because that seems like so much product. So
a
much
lot of
product.
primals.
Yeah,
No.
there's
Now,
Well, there's a cheat.
and a lot of Cheetos.
Two Cheetos. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, that's
there's a red
true.
Cheetor, and then there's
Yeah,
Netflix Cheetor and
That's
regular
kinda crazy.
Cheetor.
there's two deep cover. They don't care, Lucas. I mean, they've clearly shown they don't care how many of one guy they do. So
yeah.
now the Kingdom artwork we saw quite a while back. We saw was it Gears and Roller Claw?
not
I-
happening.
I keep
Not happening.
seeing different places that those were canceled. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if they're going to try to throw us a bone and reveal those tomorrow anyway.
No,
Probably
those weren't calling them canceled is like begging the question that they ever existed. Like
Right.
they were definitely conceived and planned, but they just like there was rumors of tracks being in Wave 4 of Earthrise, and then Wave
Right.
4 got destroyed, and then they made like Galactic Odyssey and all that stuff.
Sure.
But I believe it's my guess those. I mean, the plans exist, so I think they will come, but they will not be part of Kingdom. They may be like the leftover stuff after War for Cybertron, you know, what like a filler line before the movie comes out or something. So I bet we'll get them because they've done the legwork, but I don't think they like have them mocked up ready to go and
Yeah,
like
'cause
oops.
Generally, the lines that come out have like what is it, 2 to 3 years worth of time between planning and release.
Perhaps. I mean, it's a long time. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff's been in the hopper for quite a while. Like they almost it almost seems like they planned this entire line like and then started releasing it.
Yeah, and we're only just seeing the first few of the vintage Beast Wars reissues. So I think the Beast Wars reissue thing is going to be around for at least a little while anyway.
Probably.
So I'm thinking maybe whatever line comes after Kingdom might still have Beasts and standard, cars and jets and stuff.
I can see that
And
just
if
happening.
they are going to do them, we might see it there.
Yeah, I can see it carrying on for a minute. Even if they're not like in the fiction, they could just carry on as other toys that are released. Because I'm not entirely convinced that the fiction's actually going to have Beast characters in it.
Or Pulse.
What fiction are you referring to? Like they have a Beast Wars comic.
The TV show we watch,
Oh, the TV
like
show.
the War of the Cybertron.
They're
We
gonna
saw
do it.
Dinobot.
They're gonna
Tina.
do it. Like I
We
don't
saw
know.
a dinosaur.
Right.
Could be Dinobot. Could be a regular dinosaur. You never know.
I doubt we'll see bone bots, but
We won't. We
We're
were
definitely
lucky we even got the weaponizers.
we're definitely going to see Cheetor, Optimus, Primal, and Rat Trap. I can promise you that, like with about 1,000% guarantee.
Yeah, you're probably right. With them having toys.
Well, so far, not yet one character in the Netflix line has not been on the show,
That's true. That's true. They've all been.
even if for a second,
Yeah, even if it was just for a second, yes. Or even if they're just like a voiceless drone. They're there.
And I'm not counting the Battle Masters and the 3-packs and stuff because they, the only one that showed up was like Ravage and Laserbeak.
Yeah.
That
They
doesn't
were
count.
probably there, but they were probably like way in the background, dead on the ground or something.
Sure. Yeah, we'll just say
Amongst the
that.
debris.
There you go. So for the Walmart stuff tomorrow, like, are we having an official announcement? Like, is there a Hasbro? I missed this news.
Well, because it's on Walmart.com. Let me send you the
so
link.
There's a time.
No,
where it's counting down.
So Walmart is just doing it. Like, there's not an actual like no one is getting on a live stream and talking about it. It's really more
I
like a
guess.
like get ready and.
Walmart.com/collectors.
Uh,
And there's your little
expecting-
splash page, and we got, as of right now, we have 14 hours. So set your timer. Luckily for me, it's right during my lunch break for my new
Nice.
job, so I can actually play ball.
I hope the scalper bots don't jump on this, like what happened in the past.
Yeah, this one time they're not gonna play ball. They're like, well, it's only
You guys
one-
are totally right. This is their break day. It's a national holiday for
right.
scalpers.
it's the Ides of March. They take it off.
They can't do it. No, it's gonna happen. So, like, if you really want to get in on this, the Walmart stuff gets stocked
Ah,
at Walmart. So if you go
right. I was
outside,
gonna say, I don't
Right.
And the
think I've-
pre-orders don't really do much for you. Half the time they don't get shipped. But if you want to try,
But-
you need to be
but
there
it's-
on Monday, which will have already happened by the time we air this.
That's true.
True.
So sorry.
for us.
Well, if the book club is like, holy crap, this is great information. I need to write this down and put it in my book for the club. But
Everybody else is like, gosh, guys, we already know this. It happened. It was horrible.
I think there was something Lucas said, like, it seems like this stuff is ready to go. I don't know if all this is going to be pre-orders.
I would love that. Like, I
Yeah.
would love to get it. I would also love that they restocked Red RC.
Oh,
So
it's
I
there.
ever see
It's there.
one.
It's just $32.
I know. I don't want to
From-
pay that for it. That's
from
something
Walmart
that's
proper.
supposed to be.
She was wave 1, right?
No, that's
No.
wave. It's the second wave.
She's wave 2.
Okay.
I mean, to
RC has not. And my RC got canceled like many people's. So
I
to be
received
fair,
two of them.
Anna, I've heard that the RC is hot garbage.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. That's what Ryan said.
Someone said the Cheetor wasn't good, but
He
I mean,
also
that
said the
face-
Cheetor wasn't good. It was like all, but I think that it seems like if you're okay with that like gummy weird plastic that they use, like you probably are okay with
I
it.
like the red so far. So far, all the red I have, I like quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, just kind of like sticking to our conversation starter that we had before. Maybe not. I was going to go back
Just
to it, but I
get off
decided not
topic,
to.
Anna. Come on, that's what we
Yeah,
want
just
to
let
do
it
here.
happen.
Getting off topic. It's
Let
not
it
Let
happen.
it happen. Yeah, this is organic conversation here. Like, let us go where we.
Have
may.
you ever heard of a college professor getting off topic?
Anna,
Does not happen.
Anna, can I teach you a dark side trick here
It's a joke.
for Red RC? Just get the one for $32, and then when it goes back to regular price, switcheroo. Like, be like, I'm returning this one, but getting another regular price one. Oh, but you want to open it, so you probably shouldn't do.
Of
That'd
course
be
I
way-
want to open it. I got to play with it. It's
Yeah.
got arms.
Okay, how about this? Just buy two, which means you're even more investment, you're even more money in it. Buy two, open one, and then when they go back to $19.99, buy one, and then return the two with the higher price receipt. And then you
Definitely sounds like I'm going to end up with a half dozen.
got it.
or you could just do that.
Dark side magic.
I've still got a red Megatron in my closet because I accidentally got two. So
Well, I ordered this is a funny thing. I've never had this happen to me. I ordered two of those RCs at the inflated price just because I needed them, and what they sent me a Cheetor, but it's like two RCs on the receipt. So like it's like, how do I return the wrong product that they sent me without them being like, sir? I mean, they'll take anything as a return, but the barcode is wrong, So like I have to kind of, have a human that I can barter with and be like, you guys sent me the wrong thing, and I don't know how to like prove that. But
yeah, that sucks. It's going to be annoying to take care of.
I mean, this is not like a life. It's
No,
just,
absolutely
I think
not.
it's like a funny. It's like, oh, I didn't think there was a cat in this box, but there he is.
Poop cat.
Meow. Oh, but so I'm checking out the collector Walmart page. This is interesting. They have War for Cybertron trilogy, like a box and an image for it, but next to it they have the Beast Wars reissue, like it's a separate,
Yes.
entity, which is like, whoa, crazy. So
Yeah.
maybe there won't be any Red series because there's nothing listed there, but you never know. They're not like
I
saying
mean,
all
yeah,
Transformers under this banner.
I would really like for there to be just because I like red, but
Well,
I'm getting a lot of
they-
things I like tomorrow.
They have to announce the leaked Red series toys pretty soon. I mean, it's been almost a year that they've, but it's like the same time frame as these Netflix toys. These
true.
UPCs for the things they're missing. That's Knockout and Primal. Spoilers.
But it's interesting, like, that Walmart's continuing these reissues, but they're kind of diversifying, like, what they're offering, It's like, first we have the G1 ones, then we have, like, Generations in a G1 box. Now we have, Beast Wars. Like, I don't know if they're just trying and seeing what sticks and whatnot, but I mean, the Beast Wars ones for the most part look like they're pretty neat.
I don't know, but I'm super excited for the upcoming vintage release of the Supreme Class Cheetor. It's going to be great.
I can only hope. We can
Someday.
only hope.
Someday.
Gotta upgrade your Cheetor.
Oh, and the Night Slash redeco.
So yeah, we'll have to make sure and I'll send them to Don.
Yes, every one of them.
The TFYLP parting gift, since we haven't seen him in a good long time.
Yeah,
In a minute.
It's been a while. So, do you think that that'll make him want to come back on the show if we send him some Supreme Class Cheetors and tell him that like we'll continue to send them until he comes back on the show?
I think that would work. Yeah.
One on his doorstep every day. But yeah, the Beast Wars line is cool. Like, I'm excited for it because the Beast Wars toys I feel like aged better than G1. Like, I did get one of the G1 reissues. You know, I grabbed. You're stubbing your nose at greatness.
I hate Beast Wars toys, man. I hate them.
Yeah, well, they hate you back. It's okay.
Which one did you get?
I was just gonna say I picked up Astro Train once, right? The reissue, and I got it to my car, and I put it in my trunk, and I sat down in the driver's seat. I was like, "There's no joy that's going to come out of that box." I'm going to think about how much I paid for that brick. The fact that the brick does nothing for me.
The fact that he uses his gun can't even like. It's longer than his legs.
Yeah,
can't hold it properly.
So I got out of my car, I opened the trunk, I picked it up, I took it back in the store, and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't do this." And he went back. Because I can't buy a G1 toy in whatever year it is.
Is that what you told them, like, when you're returning it? As you just, like, sat it down on the counter and you're like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this." They're like,
yeah, that's why people think I'm weird, Lucas, because I'm always super honest, so that's exactly what I did. I was like, I tried to buy this, I just couldn't handle it.
they're like, "Ma'am, this is a Walmart. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
Ma'am, there are no morals here.
Walmart. But I probably won't actually get any of the Beast Wars reissue one either, but I would feel better about it. Like, if I actually wanted one of them, like, I have the one I want. So, I already have Rat Trip still. It's right here.
My question is are those the rock bubbles that we've discussed a few shows at least a month or two ago?
They are.
It's like a Peter thing.
Yeah, I mean that's what the leaks look like.
So the only image I've seen of a package was the one for Rat Trap. But they show the package for the rest of them.
There's listings up for them all.
The listing says it's Rock Bubble.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Oh my.
It says Rock Bubble package and all you. So it's very excited.
Well, the leaders have packaging mock-ups, but Cheetor does not. So, I don't know. I think these will be popular. I don't want them at all. I mean, I didn't want the 10 or 15 year anniversary ones, but hey, if you wanted to see that, if you get the same feeling seeing that packaging as I get seeing the G1 stuff, then more power to you.
I've seen that from some people. Some people are like, "It's so cool to see that packaging again." I just kind of I'm a little tempted to have a Rat Trap that can stand up because he can't anymore. His legs are too wobbly.
Oh, I thought they were superior toys in every way that held up to the test of time. Anna, what do you mean?
So I don't know if you've ever heard of ball joints, but Beast Wars figures are made entirely of ball joints.
Joint balls.
I do want to mention that my Astro Train can stand fine. Just
mine too. As long as the gun is off to the side.
It is
great. As long as he's not holding the gun.
He's got a lot of articulation in those old legs, doesn't he? Doesn't he, guys? No, he doesn't.
Well, even when an Astro Train starts to get worn, and his legs don't extend all the way, he still can stand.
I got lucky though. Lucky because when my husband's dad brought up his stuff for us to store, we went through it and we found out he actually had a vintage G1 Astro Train from childhood that he didn't even know he'd ever owned. So it was just like, cool, I have this now, and I returned it to Walmart. I didn't return that one to Walmart. It's in my closet now.
Well, was it something like you return it back and you're like, I'm not satisfied with this toy? And they're like, when did you buy this? Like, oh, it was, 1986, so.
Your barcode is missing a digit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one thing I think is interesting, like with this whole toy fair thing, I thought that Hasbro was going to continue to do like Fan First Fridays, and they have done some, but they just like, where are the Transformers ones, Paul? I mean, where are they at?
Oh, I mean, it's all hands on deck situation right now, so they kind of had to forgo that. They're all packing Unicrons right now.
Oh.
That's true.
I'm a little miffed as well because they really need to show Beast Wars Kingdom series Wave 3 stuff. They need to show Galvatron, but they might be waiting for Unicron to kind of get in hand before they're like, and now Galvatron and the Ark and blah, and Rodimus Prime. There might be like a slight time thing because all that stuff would have been shown by now because Toy Fair would have been like, close to a month ago, but they didn't do it.
I have to say, though, I liked that stuff, that little bit of time where we were having quite a few of those Fan First Friday type events, just because it made it feel like a little bit of a community. Often toy collecting is a very like lonely hobby because there are other toy collectors. You get on the internet and you argue with them, sometimes tell them they're wrong, but you don't like hang out together, go to events together. But when we were all going to Fans First Fridays, it was like, we all went to this thing together, watched it together, and talked about it. It was kind of cool.
We all saw the same bigoted comments fly past the bottom of the screen at the same time.
We did. We had the same uncomfortable reactions to the first one with the guy who was kind of unusual in the way he acted on the camera. It was all good.
Oh, wait, that was the G.I. Joe Friday thing. Whoops.
Yes, the G.I. Joe one was the one that had the issues. And I definitely watched that one, and I definitely enjoyed it.
So, but yeah, no, I thought it was really neat. I wish that they would. I mean, I guess they've done it for the other properties. I'm not sure what the deal is with Transformers. So
yeah, hopefully it comes back to it. I mean, there's just so much product out there, and there's so much product coming that this kind of event would help them, I guess. Or maybe they're just like, you know what, Transformers sell themselves, so who cares?
Maybe
let them do it.
Maybe
because they do freaking have like 9 different Transformers lines out right now, so
it seems to me like it should be so easy now to do that kind of stuff, but they got to go through legal and all PR and stuff. They can't, like, even a simple announcement of 3 toys probably takes like 2 weeks of prep work, even though like it takes an hour to do it, which is so backwards. But I feel like they could do like a standing order, like we're gonna reveal 1 toy a week, like every Friday at like 4:15 p.m. end of the day, and it's gonna be a 15-minute thing, and like just
really fun,
do the whole wave that way. That would be that. I don't know. That seems like smart.
And then put it up on like Hasbro Pulse or whatever too, because I think that's something. If you're always constantly releasing stuff, people see the value in re-upping the Pulse Premium.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things for me that who was it that just came out, the G2 Ramjet?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you release 1 toy at a time, you can't like stack them together to get free shipping, and so then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and just whatever, not mess with it and pay the $50 for the premium.
Kept me from getting it actually because I don't have premium right now.
What about?
I would have just jumped on it if I did.
What about BBTS?
I just
or like the 1,000 other online retailers that you could order from.
Actually like. I mean, I'm sure I'm probably in the minority of this, but I actually didn't like how the G2 Ramjet looked. I have very fond memories of that toy, and I feel like the original G2 version was so much more obnoxious that this one just didn't seem to me. So I didn't get it.
It wasn't obnoxious enough.
If it would have had the sound effects box, it wouldn't have been so bad.
If it would have had the sound effects box, it would have been an instant go. It wouldn't have mattered what retailer I had to use.
Quick question. All I'm finding is the package image for the rat trap still. I'm not seeing where the.
You got to go on Walmart.com. You got to.
Oh, because I just did a straight up Google.
Yep. Well, because it's a listing that's not supposed to be live, but the link, you can hit the link. So go to TFW and find, the latest thing, and they have listings for character. Yeah, you're not gonna find it that way. But
you gotta find all those people that go crazy and spam the website to try and find the listings.
Yeah.
TFW has the links on a post where they're like new images of the reissues, and they do it in that way where they don't give you the link. They hyperlink the names of the characters. Those are the links to the thingbops.
Yeah.
Thingbop.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's recorded on the internet for all time.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch it though. So.
I'll be sure to link it to someone in about 15 years when they're old enough.
Cool.
To find you embarrassed with it.
I was gonna say something. I'm really tired these days.
Surprise.
Not getting a lot of sleep, Paul?
No, and I'm staying, and I have to get up very early. I got all the Wave 2 stuff from Kingdom. I mean, that's if that's a change of subject, I don't know. But.
Now that has core class Starscream and Megatron.
Say his name and he shall appear. Oh. These are cool. These are
pretty good.
They're not just like the old Legends toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were modernized slightly, but they transformed pretty boring, like how you would expect. These do not. Starscream transforms in a way that I have never conceived of. Not that it's necessarily oh my God, this is great, but look, his chest opens up. Like that.
To the left and the right. Look at that.
Yeah, and then he his back spins around and stuff. It's just kind of because he's got a faux. Well, I don't like this. He's got a faux cockpit, but I guess I have to get used to that because the Masterpiece toy would be the same.
That's new for Mr. Scream. It's new for him.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think these the G1. I like the Optimus. The Bumblebee was kind of boring. That's the Target one, but the Starscream
is that considered the core class? Because I wasn't sure where that.
Yeah, it's a core. Class toy.
Those guys are core class.
Those where the mold fit in.
It's a core class toy. I mean, I think it's for some reason they made its bumper. It actually turns into bumper and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, Soundwave's still coming too, and then there's I think one more boner bot.
I was just surprised
they're going to do redecos of Starscream into the other jets.
Yeah, maybe that's what that Target 4-pack is. It's a bunch of those.
I was not aware of a 4-pack. Interesting.
You are now.
Okay. I've learned something. Yay. Okay, the Megatron listing has the box. I didn't see it on the Prime.
I don't know the box enough to know what the differences are, if there are any. So if you know them, please enlighten me.
I don't know. I just want to see it. I'm still not sure what the bubble thing is you guys were talking about.
It's the plastic blister, the outer blister on the card that holds the toy.
Just like the standard deluxe bubble.
Yeah, it has a specific texture that's like a rock or something.
Oh, so bubbly bubble. Basically.
So the original Beast Wars toys came with these rock blisters, but then they quit doing it because it's more expensive because each one of them is unique. And so the just doing a circular bubble is just a lot easier to do. So that's the thing is the Beast Wars the rock blister ones are the more are more rare, they're more valuable and all that type of thing. So
okay, that's where I was confused then.
It's like the printed hang tab deluxes from Kingdom.
So, hold up. So
I think that's cooler than a printed.
The printed tab Kingdom are the rare ones.
I'm not sure what's rarer, but
I don't know about rare, but it's just something people liked.
Yeah, it seems like
I just found a crap ton of those at Kroger.
It's a nostalgia thing.
Kroger, you say?
You heard about nostalgia in Transformers? It's a fact, though.
In Transformers?
Yeah. So I was going to say, since we were talking about the direction of the toy line and we talked a little bit about the Sparkless, and we didn't talk about the thing I wanted to talk about the Sparkless, which is the thing that's specifically made to torture one of you, which is the fact that I've been seeing that some people are saying, hey, that Sparkless Seeker, he'd make a really good Siege Dreadwing. So they're taking those characters and just giving them a name. I think it was Dreadwing. I can't remember who they said exactly. I think it was Dreadwing.
So lucky us, they're repurposing things again, just like Hotlink was Skybox.
Right. So you could say, I was thinking earlier, you could say that Sparkless Bot, you could say that was like Armado Wheeljack, was it? Is that the one that was black and gold?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, see, look how creative you could be and how happy it makes the fans.
You're hurting me.
Oh.
You're actually causing me pain.
I just noticed something on the reissue cheat order. How well you can see it here.
Not at all.
Where's
there
my webcam? There's my webcam.
The Maximal sign?
Yeah, he's got a symbol tampographed on him. I don't recall the originals having that.
I don't either.
I know they still had rub symbols. If I remember right.
Well, anyway, that
I
was
don't
just
know
the thing I
anything
wanted to point
about
out.
the Beast Wars toys, so we'll have to get. I feel like we need Peter on for this type of
We need
thing.
Beast Wars
Like he
expert.
would be able to tell you the whole
Not me.
history of all of it.
Yes.
Quite a few of us know Beast Wars pretty well. But anywho, like I think that's one way that people will justify getting those, just like the whole Skywarp Hotlink thing. But I think people will justify getting them just by saying, like, I know their name, it's someone else.
Yes.
I guess you could have the Guard Ironhide be a version of the Diaclone Ironhide, the black one. You could pretend it was close enough, I suppose. If you try really hard.
Now, the Sparkless Bot was called Barricade.
Right.
That was his like, name that they passed along to Walmart.
We'll just call it Bob.
Sure. Yeah.
I think they might be used as substitutes, but I think Catherine in the chat posted out earlier that they'll also make great bases for customizers.
Yes.
Just because of the kind of flat colors they have,
And
they would
already
actually work
customized.
better.
I don't know. These are the type of figures though that I would prefer to be exclusives. Like, I just hated like the Soundwave was just like so hard to find,
Right.
for people and stuff like that. Even the Bumblebee, like. And so that's where I'd rather have this kind of stuff to where, like the main characters, like leave that to retail, like the mass retail, and then the exclusives, like make it like funky stuff like this.
I agree with that because this is kind of obscure crap. Like you have to be, if you're a really odd collector like I am, you get excited about these because you're just like, ooh, wow, these are weird and unusual and something I haven't gotten before. My undeads that I don't have that many of. That's cool, but yeah, I think this is a better use of an exclusive than making freaking Bumblebee a store exclusive. It was a bit stressful for people, I've heard. Even though I have one.
Yeah.
Well,
But I know a lot of people had a hard time getting this Soundwave though.
But I really wanted to go into the like renaming system because I think it's funny. But I also wanted to, since we were discussing like the direction of everything and recent leaks and everything, in the last, what's it been, like week or so, we got the first pictures of Commander Class Rodimus.
Oh, before we move on to that, real quick,
Oh, sure.
Catherine wants to know if we will be getting any of the sparkles.
Catherine, you know I will. Multiple.
I mean, of course, like
I'm gonna get the Ironhide mold just because I missed it.
yeah, the Ironhide is it's fun, but yeah, like I don't know, it's really weird. Like somehow, if it's the same character, I'm less likely to get it as a repaint than if it's like a just completely like new figure. So like the Wheeljack or whatever that came out, like I did not get that from like the Netflix line, but like these kind of guys, like I'm gonna get it just because it's weird and I can just have like an army of weird stuff behind the regular main characters.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I would like to have multiples, but I'm not like quite wild enough to, spend $20 multiple times to have zombie versions of the same person. But I wish I could.
Paul, you getting these?
Only to put in my sealed box collection. I'm not opening. I don't collect any of these guys. So. So they're going to the bin
I
life.
just don't even understand you guys. Like I don't know. I realize.
Well, don't ask those kind of questions. Then.
I know, but it's like one of those things where it's like I talk to like you and Peter and Nick, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it straight in a tub."
I'm causing myself anguish and pain.
Represent the bin lifers. It's fine.
In life. I'm gonna get that. I don't have any tattoos, but if I do, that's what I'm gonna get.
It's okay to do it wrong. It's fine.
It'll be a picture of a bin with like life on it.
And a frowny face.
It's in rainbow in the background.
I put the frowny face on it. So as I was saying, I want to talk about Rodimus and just like, since we were doing general direction, we talked about the Walmart direction, we talked about the undead guys. So a lot of people have been talking about the Rodimus, and it's been a fun, like, kind of, group reaction. People are really excited because it's fitting with the current trend of very vintage, very G1, very accurate. It's definitely looks exactly how you would expect a Rodimus to look after seeing Studio Series Hot Rod. It's like, oh, this is obviously how the Rodimus was going to look. But it's being released as a commander class. So people are super happy that it's coming out and that it looks like it does. But then people are kind of freaking out that it's, going to be an $80 release instead of the $50 release that, a later class would normally
be. Is it in any way a retool of the Studio Series Hot Rod?
We haven't seen a size comparison yet.
Oh.
So it definitely looks like it has a lot of similarities, but you would assume that it would be up towards Voyager size. It would be like roughly the Voyager Prime size. So therefore,
I would hope they would
technically just be retooling. It should be using the same engineering. It looks like it definitely borrows engineering, which, I mean, it's the same person, just older and bigger. So
it's got to have a ton of different parts if that car mode looks that bad compared to the one from the Studio Series line, all right? Trust me, they are not the same.
I agree with that. The legs have to be entirely different anyway.
But
easy differences.
I feel like the one thing with the Rodimus is like when I saw the leak and all that, I was like, man, I'm not sure if this is worth $80. And I feel like if I am having that thought, like that's probably not a good sign, because probably 95% of the collector community is probably freaking the heck out.
Yeah, because I actually went and got out my, I have the Legends class, the MFT version of my Rodimus, right? And I looked at it, I was like, this thing was $50 when it came out. And it's, it's the complete set. It has the battle base. It has the Rodimus and Hot Rod modes, and it comes with the Target Master as well. So, it was a pretty complete set, but it's a lot of money for something that's this small, right? But I still feel better about this than I would about the $80 Rodimus. Because it's just like, this works better for me. Well, I'm saying it works better for me, like for justification, not for everyone.
We only want broad sweeping everyone statements here.
Oh, well, sorry. I don't make those. I quit. Sorry, guys.
I mean, I don't know. For me, like, I'd rather pay a little bit of extra money to get it right and, like, just, like, don't cut corners and whatnot. And so...
And that's the thing. I feel like that's the direction we're going, is that we're going to be paying extra to get it right, which is interesting.
That's what I'd rather have, though, because, like, I have a bin full of, multiple bins full of, like, stuff where they didn't get it right. And, like, some of those old leader toys that they have, like... Those,
paid for plumbing?
What?
You ever hired someone to do plumbing in your house,
Yes.
or something like that. Guess what? That's life. You pay more to get it done right, because it's real bad when it's not right. And you
Agreed.
felt like you got a deal. So that's my parable on this toy.
Thanks, Paul. That was amazing.
It was real snotty.
My life's changed.
So
Life-changing.
yeah, so I mean, it seems like to me that they're doing it right. Like that's one thing, like that the Earthrise Optimus toy, that like the core figure is absolutely fantastic and is like my prime whatever. The trailer, on the other hand, could be a little bit better. And I've spent a fair amount of money upgrading that trailer with like, you know, other parts from like Non-F and Toy Hacks and stuff like that. And so it's like, you know, by the time you're spending all that money, I might as well just pay $80 to have a trailer that's right.
Right. And you know, I totally get that. I find that interesting because this Prime, you know, like this is definitely a good value as a $30 figure. As a $50 figure with the trailer, it isn't. But now I basically have it as a $30 figure because this is the shattered glass one that came with the ratchet, and they're both, you know, big, complicated toys for their size class. So it's kind of like cool that now I've got it at like the right price. And I wonder if someday we'll get like, you know, shattered glass Hot Rod or shattered glass Rodimus, but he won't come with the trailer. So he'll be like in a 2-pack for cheaper or something. You never know.
Well, you could have also gotten the Prime that was like I don't know. I'd argue the Deco's a little bit better that came with those Target Masters, Anna, those 40.
Yeah, I think so. I really thought about it. I really considered
more
it.
toy accurate.
When that went up in Pulse recently, I was like, I could get that because it has the yellow axie, but yeah.
Speaking of Earthrise Prime, here the past about week and a half or so, I've been seeing different reports, one from Michigan, one from Georgia, just all over. People at Ollie's Bargain Outlet have been finding Earthrise Optimus, leader class, Earthrise Double Dealer, Pulse Zatar, and some Studio Series Deluxes like number 3, which is what, Crowbar? Yeah, Crowbar. And a few other odds and ends. They've been finding the Singe, Target Master, Taraxodon, just a few others. So I've not seen any. I've checked 2 of my local Ollies here in Indianapolis. I found what's the one that came with Ultra Magnus? Pink squiggles. What's his name?
Ron?
Rang.
Yeah, Run.
Run.
I saw him. I saw the Taraxodon, and I saw the Singe. No Zatar, no Prime, no Double Dealer, any of that. So it could just be maybe Indianapolis distribution sucks. I don't know, but it's something to keep an eye out for because the Prime, the Earthrise Prime, is $20.
Oh my god,
$20.
Sounds like
I
worth
know,
a
right?
road trip.
It is.
I mean, every one of those Singes is worth more than that. So
or maybe it was 25. Might have been 25. Point
Still.
is, cheap.
still more than that.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, 30 for just the cab is like, I consider that a bargain because it's good.
So if you find it, cool, grab it.
Yeah, that's cool. And I
Grab
think
one,
like
2 out of the kindness of your heart.
some people still do that, you know, in the
Right.
fandom. Some people still try to wait for things to go on sale or show up at discount or show up on clearance. Like, I could see myself even doing that for the Sparkless. Like, I think I will hesitate on buying more than one of each of them, but that if they go on clearance, I could definitely be convinced.
Oh, yeah. So many things I thought were going to show up on close out different places like Ross, Marshalls, Ollie's. Never did. King, Mega. I missed.
yeah, it's tough to do that. I don't know. I think that they've kind of like, you know, figured out whatever they need to figure out so that there's not a lot of that always. I think the one exception is that whatever the pack, the Netflix hidden pack or whatever it's called.
Mm.
The Ultra Magnus.
Magnus, yes, the spoiler box.
Yeah, the spoiler. Thank you. Like, but yeah, the
shelf
spoiler
opening.
box. Like, I saw some photo that someone had at Ollie's where it was just like a whole wall full of that. So
Yeah, they're shelf warmers.
Well, I mean,
What
they messed
one at
that
Beach
release
Grove
up.
here,
Oh,
the
yeah.
south side has like 3, and then Warrensville has like 19.
well, like I don't know. It was kind of like a stupid idea, honestly, because like why would you want a blind box thing that's like $60? You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work.
And that isn't really the blind box phenomenon. You know, the blind box phenomenon is a small, cheap thing that has multiple versions that you can buy and take a gamble on. A figure that just doesn't have your ability to see inside the box, that's not really what that phenomenon's even been.
The
Right.
Ultra Magnus artwork is literally on the side of the box.
Right. But it
So-
should be, because you need to know what you're buying.
Right.
I
One of
guess.
our local pizza places, they recently started doing a like normal price. It's a normal price deluxe pizza, but they say they randomly generate the toppings. And they're like, do it for fun. You can get it to randomly generate all your toppings and sauces. It's Sarpitos, Lucas. And
Sarpinos?
yeah, it's
Oh,
a pizza
yeah.
place I like a lot, but they will randomly generate your toppings for you. And I just
Completely
can't
random.
imagine doing that, right? The risk to reward. This is too epic.
Wow.
Like, and I have a very open palate with food too, but I could not do that. So I kind of feel that's the same thing with this whole blind box figure. Is it's like nobody would really go and just buy that taking a chance, right?
Yeah, well, in Japan, they said, haha, cute, Hasbro, and they released the stuff in the regular boxes. I have a Magnus I could bring
Yeah.
on screen.
Yeah, because Japan's had a long history of blind boxes and gachapon figures, but they're always something, you know, affordable, cheap, and fun. It's that
Yeah.
fun gamble of finding the chase figures and whatnot. And this didn't offer that.
Yeah,
It's so
I
weird.
don't know. I mean, the robots are already in disguise. You don't need to have the robots in disguise.
Right. I think it would have been fine with a window. If they would have just done an old school
Yeah.
window box with the little piece of Velcro for you to
Just
open it up.
Preview like the
Yeah.
head and maybe the shoulder.
Like you
But
spoil it
everything
at the
else in the
store.
box is a surprise.
Well, they clearly botched the whole release because they made way too many Magnuses, and I think Walmart said I think Walmart's also at fault here a little bit too because the whole release schedule is borked.
Yeah.
But then with the Nemesis Prime,
What
that
Nemesis
got
Prime?
messed up too. It's almost the opposite thing happened.
What Nemesis?
It never showed up.
Right.
Like I saw one in stores, but it was like destroyed. I think someone like returned it and they put it back on the shelf. I don't know.
They probably took the red snake out of it.
Well, and then they made. Oh yeah, they probably did. I forgot about Snakey.
Oh my
Or
goodness, I want the
Fangtron.
red snake so bad, but I don't want anything else about that box.
But the
What-
Nemesis Prime, they undermade it, and like only select retailers got it, and Walmart apparently never got it, and it's like $120 right now. Although there's still more coming. It's
Huh.
just so weird. Like they can't handle that $60 price point Netflix War for Cyber sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I know they're gonna do another one for the Wave 3, but like they shouldn't. They should just stop.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hasn't really
I
worked
agree.
out.
Stop
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I guess Anna, you're definitely not getting the Rodimus. I guess Paul, you're getting one to put in a
Oh,
bin.
No, I'm definitely getting Rodimus. I'm definitely.
Like the commanders
I
have
collect-
made me really happy, right? Like I didn't play with Skylinks,
Right.
but I've seen everybody else's and it seems great. Mine is still unopened in my closet because I never decided whether I was going to open it or not. I'm so indecisive about that kind of thing. But, you know, I really like the Jetfire. So the Commander class figures have made me happy. That one just doesn't appeal to me, you know, the way it is. I can have a different Rodimus that I like better. This one I like better. I like DX9 Carry better. So I won't go for it. But it's not the price that's holding me back.
I mean,
to be
technically,
honest.
DX9 Carry is a $160 figure though too. So
Yes. Yes, absolutely. He's already here though, so I don't have to worry about that. But I don't think it's the price holding me back. Like if it was something, if I looked at that and I was like, ooh, this is the first time I've been able to get a Rodimus that really makes me happy, I would go get it. but I don't think that one would really thrill me. A lot of people are super thrilled about it, though.
I'm sure as shit getting that. I mean, I need I collect Rodimus, so I get to open this one, Lucas. I get to open it. That'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I'm really excited to get it as well because I mean I don't know, like I don't feel like we've gotten a lot of Rodimuses that have really hit the mark, you know. Like Anna, like I like that Legends toy that you got, you know, that's a good toy. But otherwise, you know, like the Masterpiece like isn't quite, you know, what you want it to be, and had all the exploding joints and whatever that people had. And
hold up. What was wrong with the Masterpiece toy?
Didn't people have like exploding knees and shoulders and stuff?
So the parts, some of the parts broke. Whatever, they remade it. They made a version 2 that doesn't have those problems. But take that aside, that toy is kind of amazing.
I've always thought that toy looked really cool, and I want it, but people just talk about it breaking so much, I'm afraid.
Sure, you just get over that stuff. The trailer is so big. It is like the biggest, I don't know, solid piece of Transformer that I think exists, other than maybe like Trypticon. It's kind of a sight to behold, and unfortunately, it has some flaws. Like if you actually make the Winnebago mode, you like will definitely scrape the paint off of the spoiler or something, which that's a pretty egregious flaw. But I mean, I just remember at the time that came out, it was just like, oh my god, it turns into Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime, and it has all 4 modes. It's a pretty incredible toy, which I don't think they'll ever do it that way again. I think they'd be better off. That was a different era of Masterpiece. You know, this is the one time they'll ever do Rodimus Prime. You know, that's before we'd ever redone figures before. So
yeah. This one turns into all 4 modes, Paul. Just so you know.
Yeah, but that's not a real toy.
This is the realest toy I've ever held.
Oh, it is?
Very real.
Looks like a mirage to me. It's like I'm having an ocular migraine when every time you put it on the screen. I can't really see what you're putting.
Wow. Now I feel guilty. Just gotta hide this thing from the camera.
But yeah, I don't know in general. I think that a lot of Transformers fans kind of equate the size with the price and all that rather than complexity.
And we're so used to doing that.
Parts count.
Yeah. Right.
We're so used to doing that. I'm really curious how this is going to go over. If this stays the trend, you know, say we get like a Beast Wars Scorponok, and he's like almost deluxe size, but he's released as a Voyager. Are people going to be excited about that? I would, because I want a Beast Wars Scorponok because he's a cool guy.
He'll be to scale. He'll be Studio Series size.
Right.
Be that big.
Not that kind of to scale, Jeff.
Lucas, did you see the post or the tweet or whatever from John Warden about this?
Yeah, refresh me, because I saw it, but I can't remember exactly what it says.
Anna, it sounds like you saw it.
Yeah, it was a pretty simple conversation.
Yeah, he basically just said, yeah, he saw someone bitching about it, whatever, and he's you know, in his very polite way, he's like, yeah, well, you know, when we were thinking about this, we wanted to make sure it's scaled with Earthrise Optimus, so we just made it way more complex and kept it at the same height. And we hopefully everyone's happy with that.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was basically exactly what Lucas said. It was like, we just did it right the first time.
Yeah.
And it's more expensive.
But like my argument is if you want a $50 Rodimus that is slightly larger, like there's a Power of the Primes one. Like go get that. You know
$50 Rodimus, guys, here.
Or you can get that one. But
look at this battle base.
If you want an official Rodimus or whatever that's bigger than $50, you can, get that.
Yeah, that's not actually Rodimus. That's like, what is it called? Like Hot Balls or something?
Flame Commander. Thank you very much. Flame Commander Hot Balls.
Yeah, that is a cool toy, though. I mean, it is pretty neat.
And
concede.
The Hot Rod, just by the time I saw pictures of it, my gut reaction to it's a deluxe size figure for Voyager price was, ugh, is this happening? But then I saw pictures and I was like, oh, this is fine. I don't mind because it looks great. It looks like it has like no flaws, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it. So I'm just curious if this is a plan that's gonna work out for them in the long run. You know, can we really just like get the toys a little more complex and then have them sneak into the higher price points and make that a thing?
Yes. With the 100%, if that's what they're gonna do, they're gonna do it, and everyone's just gonna eat it up. You're not gonna like. It's not ruined forever.
No one's gonna rage quit collecting.
They're gonna say they will, and they're not.
Right.
That's true. People will say that.
I'm crawling back.
I mean, I
Pretend
feel like
like it
that
never
this is
happened.
like Hasbro's attempt at like a masterpiece or like a collector's line. You know, it's like they're trying to make things a little bit nicer for collectors. You know, and they're going all in. Like they see the changing market and whatnot. And so we've talked about that before. It's the same thing as like, you know, Marvel Legends to Figuarts or whatever, that like it's not quite as nice, but it's like, is it good enough like to where that most people are going to be happy with that? Like that's where I think that.
And I agree with that. I think that's kind of where they're going. And I think it's interesting to see it leak over to the main line. Because in Studio Series, it was like, well, it's Studio Series. It's the collector line, so they can do this. But now it's like that Commander class figure is, you know, it's a Kingdom figure. So it's leaking over already.
Well, there's not a. I mean, both of these lines are under the banner of Generations. So they're both like marketed to the same age group, if you will. They're just, you know, they've split the audience into the fiction that they like.
Age group being 40 plus.
Yes.
Well, I think
13 and
this was
above.
this was kind of a weird situation anyway, because they've got so much going on. You got, you know, the Beast Wars anniversary in Kingdom, plus you got the animated movie anniversary. Excuse me. And you can't just cram all that into the one Kingdom line and expect it to work. So I'm like, you know what? Transformers the movie was a movie technically. So, you know, we've got the Studio Series. We'll put some of them over here. We'll put some of them over here. Have cameo in the show.
So much product.
I'll have
right
a
now.
purple waffle thing behind him for some reason. That'll work. And that's what we got.
I've never heard it called the purple waffle. I like that. But it's 100% right.
Not a
Would you
fan.
prefer a blue one?
No, thank you.
Yeah, that was kind of why I winced when you said that. Thanks for going farther.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
So
just put the
Anna,
brakes
with
on.
our
Yes, sir.
with our whole thing, have we hit all of the subtopics that you want to hit for
We hit the
tonight?
two big controversies
Or
that I
is
wanted
there
to
any
hit.
other? Yeah.
No. I just want to make Paul uncomfortable talking about the Sparkless, and then I wanted to talk about the price increase, complexity increase debacle.
I don't know if it's a debacle, but sure.
I hate the Sparkless Seeker. I hate it. I'm so disappointed. And you know, I try not to bitch about some of the decisions they make, you know, that other people do, but like that one just like I can't let it go. It's so annoying.
Oh,
There
no.
is-
It's so fun.
It's so many other opportunities of cool shit they could have done.
Well,
And-
if it helps you feel any better, you can pick up Studio Series Cup and Blur, make a combiner.
Oh, is that what that is?
That is what that horrible thing
I
you're
know,
holding
right?
up is.
Slenderbot.
Oh,
I made a combiner out of that cup
He's
too.
got
that
a
I can't
hat.
show on camera.
all right.
He's got a conehead hat. That's funny. Hey, Jim, I like your poster. Has that always been there?
Which
The Bumble Bro.
Bumble
Duran
Balls.
made that.
I thought that looked like a Duran
Yeah,
photo.
that's Duran's. I've got a few. Got that. I've got the Slagacon litho from the 2012 show. Which you can't see over the glare. The Megatron litho from BotCon that had Frank Welker at it.
Props on actually framing your
here.
stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
Sick.
that's Yellow Wolf photography.
That's fun.
Love
Yep.
it. Loving it like McDonald's.
Ugh.
Hey.
Why would you do that?
Be awesome.
All right. Well, I guess we got anything else we want to cover? Or
Talked about Rodimus, talked about Sparkluses.
Just a brief mention. I posted about it in the TFYLP Facebook group. But if you go to Dollar Tree, there's a exclusive line of I don't know if you call it G.I. Joe or what exactly it is, but it's called Final Faction, and they've got action figures and monsters and stuff. They also have weapon packs. All these things are $1 because it's Dollar Tree. And one of them came with accessories. It's Air Assault Alpha Team 1 weapons pack. And it takes a little bit of modification to the parts. The person I saw post about it modified their core class Optimus. I did not. I modified the parts instead. I think it turned out pretty well. Kind of
Yeah.
an Apex armor look.
Now he's
Maybe.
Air Attack, Core Class Optimus.
You made Giltor.
No, I tried.
You did it. It's pretty good, actually.
I used sticky address labels and Sharpie to make stickers on the wings here because the back is still flag gray.
Ha!
Not bad for a buck.
It's fun.
All right.
Paul, you were about to speak of about some legendary issue.
Not an issue. Well, like this wouldn't be a reveal, but like the studio series, Dino and Bumblebee and Starscream should be like
Oh yeah.
dropping any day now. We haven't
Maybe
had
they're
it.
dropping tomorrow.
Well, I mean they've already been up for pre-order everywhere. So
I don't.
if they were going to do some studio series, I mean I could take a random guess at what it might be if you'd like.
Ice cream truck.
Please take a random guess, Paul. We are so excited for you to do it.
Take the guess. I mean, I don't imagine we're going to see anything till like Hasbro makes an announcement. But I mean, we still got. I mean, it's all stuff that's leaked. We got Wreck-Gar, the Sharkticon, Studio Series 86 stuff. But then there's that Thrust coming, Armada Thrust as a Bumblebee movie guy, and Jolt and Grindor.
That's supposed to be Armada Thrust.
The green, with the green squid head. Squid boy. Look out for that. He coming.
I don't know. That just seems like an odd decision to me.
Well, you can take it up with Travis Knight.
Not necessarily a bad one. Just kind of left field. And they've confirmed it is based on the Armada.
I mean, his name is Thrust, and he's green and gray and has a squid head, so otherwise he would be brown and have yellow eyes and weird wings.
Yeah. Or be red, be that like Power Wings Thrust.
It's a brown airplane that's coming soon. The Sparkless Seeker.
Yeah. I was just gonna say his name should just be Dust. Since I knew at some point you were gonna say he looks like Thrust, so hey, thanks.
Welcome.
A 2-pack with things.
I try so hard.
Just.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess the one caveat I'll say about the Sparkless things, at least they didn't like give them names. They made it clear they're just like fodder. So, I mean, Greenlight. They did Greenlight as a deluxe.
You cut out there
and did
for a
that.
minute. What were you saying, Paul?
I wish they did Greenlight as a Sparkless.
Uh-huh.
The chick that gets murdered by the Sparkless in the show.
No, that was Moonracer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it wasn't Greenlight. Fine, whatever. That one. Do that one.
Sparkless Moonracer. Oh, it'd be so sad though.
Oh, it would? Yeah, great. That's why I want it.
I knew it. You were just
Makes
trying to
Aunt-
make people sad.
Making you sad.
Well, I guess it's revenge since I did make you talk about the Sparkless for like half the show.
Well, thanks guys for joining me tonight for the pre-record, and thank you to the book club for hanging out in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, book club. Sorry I left you early to go do this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Can we make a prediction, since this will air by the time we know the answer? Of all the things we mentioned that we think are going to be listed tomorrow, what's going to sell out like first? Or potentially what won't? Like what will be left when everything else sells out? Because that kind of can happen too.
I know the Cheetor I think is going to sell out first.
We think the Beast Wars Vintage, right? We think that's coming out, so I think that'll sell out.
Yeah, I think all those will be
give
gone.
That about
those
4
two,
minutes.
yeah.
I give that one about 4 minutes.
So we think all those would be gone, but what about the Netflix toys? I think Deep Cover will be gonzo.
Yeah.
Because for some, I've only seen praise for a blue sideswipe named Deep Cover, which should make everyone go like, he should be black. But they love it.
It looks good though. It's an appealing deco.
I think Cheetor because people were so upset about the original version not looking how they wanted it to.
Yeah.
No, that's what I think is that like a lot of people are gonna be like, this is a Cheetor I actually want.
So do you think the primal of the Voyager sizes, do you think the Sparkless Seeker will sell out, or the primal Rat Trap set?
I think the Sparkless Seeker will sell out, probably because of the Target Masters partially, but I don't know about that Rat Trap and Primal.
I don't know if there's enough of a difference between primals and Rat Traps.
Yeah.
I think the opposite. I think the opposite. I think people will eat that 2-pack up.
I think so.
It's just because you hate the Sparkless Seeker.
Sparkles.
What if they both sell out?
Yeah.
It's the most likely thing that'll happen.
Anyways, we'll know when this episode airs. We'll figure out how foolish we truly were.
Maybe they'll reveal more G1 reissues or something.
Oh, maybe.
Hey.
Then I can return them in disgust.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And no microcasters this week, I believe, unless somehow a miracle occurs.
Yeah, I expect a miracle out of me, really.
Probably not. So, but anyway, so we will see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.